Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. For today's video, we are going to simulate the 2018 NBA playoffs, but there is some stipulations, guys. I think for one that these are some of the most exciting playoffs that we have had in years. It feels like for once, I just don't know for a fact that it's going to be the Cleveland Cavaliers and Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals. I feel like there's going to be a ton of teams that actually have a chance of making it to the finals and winning the whole damn thing. Pretty much I sum up like this, guys. I say that the Western Conference is so strong, anybody can come out of it, and the Eastern Conference is so weak, anybody could come out of it, right? But the thing about these playoffs is that there has been quite a few injuries to quite a few of these teams out here. I mean, a notable one is DeMarcus Cousins is not playing for the New Orleans Pelicans. We got Stephen Curry, who was off the Golden State Warriors for the first round. Joel Embiid's missing some games. Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward. So for today's video, guys, we are simulating the playoffs, but we are going to assume every single roster is completely healthy, because that is when basketball is at its best, is when everybody's healthy and you get the best brand of basketball out there. So let's go through some of these rosters right here. Check out, what players are missing from these teams and kind of what we could expect in this simulation now that they are back on their NBA rosters. So starting off for you guys for the Houston Rockets, no major injuries to this team. The only player that is currently out, I mean, he got injured like the last game of the season. That's the boy Luke right here. Yeah, Luke is a fantastic player. He's a 6'8" athletic, really stretched big out there because he can shoot the three-pointer very nicely. Just defensively, he's a nice player. So it's like, of course, the Houston Rockets are going to miss him and everything, but they do have such a deep team that they could definitely afford to not have Luke on this team. So, I mean, from their standpoint, right now, they're actually sitting pretty well in real life. Next up, we got the Golden State Warriors. And, of course, that would be Stephen Curry. Without Stephen Curry, this Warriors team, I think they are still going to have a pretty damn easy time with the San Antonio Spurs. But, you put Stephen Curry back on this team with the Warriors, and all of a sudden, I think Draymond Green said it best. He said that, people out there forgot what we can do, like what we are capable of. And Stephen Curry on this team, I still see a super team in the NBA. I see a team that is pretty damn unbeatable. It's just that the Golden State Warriors, going back probably since the All-Star break, have had their share of injuries this season. I mean, Durant's had injuries, Stephen Curry has, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. So yeah, you get all these guys completely healthy, you get Stephen Curry back on this roster right there. In my opinion, they are the favorite to win the Western Conference. Next up, we have the Portland Trail Blazers, another team that doesn't really have like any major injuries at all that I can note on here. I mean, I'm looking up and down the roster right here, and for the most part, Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Nurkic, they've all been healthy this season. Their bench has all been pretty healthy, so yeah, their team is going to be about the same performance, in this simulation or in the real life playoffs. We look at the OKC Thunder. Really the only player here, man, that makes a big difference, and it's actually a pretty significant one in his own way, and that is Andre Roberson. From an offensive standpoint, he doesn't really provide much, but from a defensive standpoint, definitely one of the better perimeter defenders in the NBA. And the reason a player like that is so important is because the NBA is kind of more drawn towards guards now. I mean, I feel like, guards is what wins you NBA games. And, of course, superstar small forwards like Kevin Durant and LeBron James, right? So, yeah. But Roberson, his ability to be on this team, and I guess he do got an F3 ball, which is kind of surprising because I feel like, every now and then I see him make one. I know he had an F out there, but yeah, dude, he ain't gonna bring much defense or offensively on this team. But besides for that, the rest of the OKC Thunder team is pretty healthy out there, so he'll make a small difference for them. The Utah Jazz, another team that I think for the most part is healthy. The only player that I know is out is Thabo Sefolosha. A similar player to Andre Roberson, just a good perimeter defender. He can actually knock down the three-point ball. He's got a C3-point shot. Everybody else though on this team has been pretty much healthy. I know earlier in the season, Rudy Gobert's had some injury issues, but as of right now, he's playing good. So this simulation, the team should be about the same. Here we go, man. One of the biggest teams, like, I feel like literally, guys, if DeMarcus Cousins would have stayed healthy the entire NBA season, I really do feel like the Pelicans would have been a top 3 seed, because Anthony Davis, since DeMarcus Cousins has gone down, has been averaging like 30 points per game and 3.2 blocks per game, which is just like the highest numbers in the NBA. So yes, Anthony Davis has been on a tear, but that's not simply because DeMarcus Cousins has been out. You toss DeMarcus Cousins in that lineup, I'm sure Anthony Davis's numbers would go down, but not because he'd be like bad or anything, just because, DeMarcus Cousins does warrant shots and everything. But yeah, you get him out there with Mirotic really added on this team. They pretty much added Mirotic because DeMarcus Cousins went down. So yeah, Mirotic being able to play the small forward position or come off the bench as the power forward, play alongside Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins. I'm sorry, man, but DeMarcus, Boogie out there with Anthony Davis, this team definitely be making a lot more noise. And honestly, like, even right now without DeMarcus Cousins, I feel like the Pelicans, they could upset some teams, guys. I really do think they could upset some teams. I think they can might be even be able to beat the Portland Trail Blazers. But besides for that, no other big time injuries that I can see on here. The San Antonio Spurs, Kawhi Leonard, guys. What more can be said about Kawhi Leonard? I mean, it's been said that he's been healthy for 2 months now, but it seems like he is not coming back for the rest of the postseason. You know, I know people out there got the rumors saying that just because he's quit on his team. Other people are saying that he's simply not ready. I definitely say, guys, I lean towards that he definitely is healthy. He definitely could play. I think there's more of a mental aspect to it. I feel like he's having, you know, just he's not really clicking right now with the San Antonio Spurs management. So I wouldn't be surprised we see his last game at the San Antonio Spurs. But for this video, we are going to assume he's healthy and ready to play. So yeah, you get Kawhi Leonard on this team. Because right now in the playoffs, I forgot who they are playing in the first, the Golden State Warriors. I mean, that's the game, you know, the first game of the series when he went down was against the Golden State Warriors when bitch-ass Zaza Pachulia injured him. In that game right there, it's like Kawhi Leonard, they were up by like 20 points at half before he went down. So definitely that type of difference maker out there. LaMarcus Aldridge having an all-star season. Pau Gasol, I mean, he's old and everything. Rudy Gay's pretty damn solid. But yeah, you add Kawhi on this team, and this Spurs team is a lot more dangerous. Definitely better than a 7th seed, but it is what it is, right? I'm curious how that Spurs-Warriors team simulation goes for this video. Minnesota Timberwolves, as of right now, no major injuries at all. I mean, I know, like, towards the end of the season, or, like, for a good portion of it, Jimmy Buckets was injured, but he's back healthy now. So, yeah, man, this team's still doing the same thing out there. So, yeah, the T-Wolves-Rockets series, besides for Luke, is going to be pretty similar. Toronto Raptors, another healthy team. I think Van Vliet missed the first game of round 1, but he should be back better than ever, so he'll be fine. Boston Celtics, another team, guys. This right here, man, I will say straight up, the Boston Celtics are going to win their series because of coaching. And it's absolutely crazy because literally, man, the top 2 players on their team and Marcus Smart all injured, right? So it's like you add Kyrie on this team with Gordon Hayward, Marcus Smart, his defense, all of a sudden, man, I'm serious, guys. Like, I know 2K hates the Boston Celtics, but this team right here is coming out of the Eastern Conference if those guys are healthy. Straight up, man, I would say they are the most talented roster in the Eastern Conference. Philadelphia 76ers, only major injury right now is Joel Embiid got his face smashed in by Markelle Fultz. And Markelle Fultz is like second game. Can you imagine that conversation? You're like, bro, how you gonna smack me like that, man? Your second NBA game here. I guess it wasn't his second NBA game, but second back from injury. But yeah, Joel, he's gotten concussion. He's on the concussion protocol right now. I think he did pass it. But he is actually gonna miss game 2. But for this simulation, guys, he'll be completely healthy. Cleveland Cavaliers, another team that's completely healthy for the most part here. Just because, besides Tristan Thompson's confidence right now, man, just because him and his person, you know, kind of cheated on, what was it, Kardashian? Or, was it Kardashian, right? I don't know, man. I don't really keep up with all that. Indiana Pacers, another healthy team. Miami Heat. I know it sounded, yeah, I guess, let me go back to the Indiana Pacers, guys. Let me say straight up, man. Oladipo, that boy killed a game 1, okay? I'm curious what he does against LeBron James in this simulation. Miami Heat, Hassan Whiteside, I think he's back and healthy now. You get Deion Waiters added back to the team, and Deion Waiters with the Miami Heat, due to his scoring ability, will bring some good things to the squad. Milwaukee Bucks, another healthy team for the most part. Jabari Parker's back. Washington Wizards, John Wall's playing healthy now. And then we're back to the beginning, guys. So yeah, man, that's a quick preview of all the rosters and what they would look like during the simulation. We are now going through the playoff series simulator for all these teams out here to see how it ends up. So here we go, man, without further ado. Let's go ahead and simulate that first round, check out some of the games. Simulate current round. Should be a pretty quick simulation for the most part. Okay, so we have the Houston Rockets beating the Minnesota Timberwolves 4-3. Now, some people actually do believe that this Houston Rockets T-Wolves series can go to 7 games. The game 1 was actually pretty damn close, but James Harden just went off. OKC, Utah, OKC won 4-3 also, so definitely a lot of close series. We got Portland moving on 4-3. Golden State Warriors with Stephen Curry back swept the San Antonio Spurs 4-0. I mean, yeah, man, Golden State's just that good out there. We got the Toronto Raptors sweeping the Washington Wizards. Both teams completely healthy. Cleveland Cavaliers 4-1. Now, my prediction for the Cavaliers Indiana Pacers series was simply this, guys. I thought that I said this in my other video too. I said the Pacers we're going to catch the Cavaliers off guard, but I don't think LeBron James is going to lose this series. So 4-1. That's still my prediction realistically, guys. We got the 76ers with a healthy Joel Embiid beating Deion Waiters and the Miami Heat 4-1. We got the Boston Celtics moving on 4-2. Just to actually go ahead and check out some of these scores here. See these playoff stats as we go through the series right here. Can I do like all players at once? I don't know if I can do all players. So we'll just kind of do a quick preview so you guys can kind of see how this goes along here, see how all these different healthy players are affecting things. I mean, Gordon Hayward, Kyrie Irving, top 2 scorers right there, right? So, yeah, man, they're good to go. All right, here we go. We got round 2. Simulate current round, man. Who's going to move on now? We have the Houston Rockets getting eliminated by the OKC Thunder. Definitely did not see that one coming right there. Once again, the Golden State Warriors sweeping the Portland Trail Blazers 4-0. We have a Celtics-Cavaliers Eastern Conference Finals as the Cavaliers and Raptors go to a tough 7-game series. And I'm not really expecting the Boston Celtics sweep of the 76ers, but it is what it is, man. So here we go. Let's check out these closeout games here real quick. DeMar DeRozan, we got LeBron James with the crazy-ass triple-double of 42 minutes. The next game right here, we got Joel Embiid dropping 19, 8, and 3. While Jason Tatum 22, we got 18 for Kyrie Irving, guys. All these guys averaging double digits out here. Next up, in this closeout game for the OKC Thunder, winning 111-95. James Harden 29, 6, and 7. Chris Paul 14 and 13. But ultimately, yeah, it was we got playoff P, right, guys? Playoff P out here, dropping 36, 24 for Russell Westbrook. And then this closeout game, we got CJ McCollum, 33 points, 11 assists, 28 and 13 for Nurkic, 17 for Damian Lillard, and Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, and Stephen Curry all combining for 1 billion points. All right, we got conference finals. See how this goes. Similarly, current rounds. And we have the Boston Celtics, as I predicted, man. Guys, this is my prediction, wasn't it, man? Did I not say the Boston Celtics coming out of the Eastern Conference and the Golden State Warriors with Stephen Curry coming out of the Western Conference? That was my prediction. I feel like the road along the way, I did not quite predict that. I didn't think OKC was going to get to the Western Conference Finals. Playoff P, once again, man, 36 points just was not enough. 40 and 11 for Stephen Curry, 9 assists. Over here for the Boston Celtics, 21, 6, and 6 for Kyrie Irving. So, yeah, man. We do have the NBA Finals here now, so Golden State, Boston, that would definitely be a fun one to watch. It's always fun to watch Stephen Curry and Kyrie Irving, two of the best ball handlers, if not the best ball handlers in the NBA, go at it. So here we go, simulate current rounds, and regardless, guys, I mean, it is what it is. Injuries are definitely a thing, and I definitely don't want to say that I'm wishing, like, injury on anybody, but I will say, man, the fact that Stephen Curry is out, and the fact that the Golden State Warriors are not completely healthy, it does make the playoffs more exciting in the sense that it's just not the super team out here going absolutely crazy. Like, I still think anybody can come out and win the NBA championship. So, but, you know, I'm not wishing injury on anybody, guys. I'm not that type of person. It's just these playoffs are the most exciting they have been in a long time. Anyway, my friends, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I really just wanted to do this, see what these teams were all about. I'm happy 2K gave the respect to the Boston Celtics up to the NBA Finals. But yeah, man, be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and peace out, my friends.